Right, this is Dub Vampire for Bard's Tales. Yeah. So we're talking to Poppy WS.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, you're right.
I'm all right, yeah.
Cool.
So tell me, what does the WS stand for?
Waterman Smith. But
Ooh,
yeah, see,
double-barreled.
it's quite middle class and it's long, so it makes sense to be WS and not the full shebang. It's too much of a mouthful.
I'd go for the full shebang if
Do you
I were
reckon
you.
it's a bit-
Yeah, do it, baby. Yeah, do it. Do it.
Oh, well,
do
now
it,
you've said
do
that,
it.
I will. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, how long you been at this WS?
About 5 years. Well, I've been songwriting for about 5 years, but I've only just started performing about like a couple of years ago, and recently I've just become self-employed, so I've only really been doing it for 6 months. Full time.
Right. Well, that's interesting. So for the 3 years of the 5 years, it's just been your personal escapade, hasn't it?
Yeah. I used to do it kind of secretly, and then
Secretly.
I've always played piano, but
Secretly.
like the songwriting and the singing and stuff, I did secretly until someone invaded my laptop.
So is it kind of like when you've been writing it for yourself all them years ago, right?
Yeah.
Did you play guitar, or was it just lyrics, or how did that?
I played guitar. I taught myself guitar, and then I just started writing songs. I don't really know where it came from. I just started.
Was it
writing
like a
one
primitive
day.
urge?
Yeah. It just felt natural. I wasn't really watching other people and trying to copy or anything. I felt like writing a song about the situation at the time.
Well, that's interesting, isn't
Yeah,
it? That's
and it
interesting.
just kind of
Because
flowed.
normally people write a bit of a song and they go, "Oh, well, I'm going to get out there and knock it out and
Yeah.
see what people feel about it." And so, really, that's really.
No one heard it for like a year before. I was writing for quite a while.
All
before
right.
I
So,
showed
what
anyone.
are the influences then? Where's
It's difficult. It's difficult to define what influences me, but
some
what's
people-
Weird? It's you know what it is. Is a lot of I see other musicians who I find really aspirational, and I kind of take on elements of their styles of playing or singing. It's people that I've been around and been immersed with, which sounds weird. I've obviously got my influence. Like I love Nina Simone, obviously Amy Winehouse. And I'm a big fan of reggae and of jazz and blues. So it comes from so many different areas.
Well, the whole thing, like, I was a big fan of dub back in the day.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed at how big that has become.
Yeah.
Because
massive.
back in the day, there'd be about 100 people that were into dub. So I went to see, like, some of the big reggae guys and stuff like that, and some of the dub
Yeah.
guys. And, they weren't massive gigs or anything like that. And yet now it's like a big
It's massive,
part of the
big
culture.
scene,
But
yeah.
some of the songs that they wrote, they're like lullabies. They're very simple, almost childish songs. Some
Yeah.
of them, and I know they're religious based and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But some of those guys are really great songwriters, and I don't think they get the credit for that.
Yeah, no, not at all. No. But
So
I love reggae. There's something about reggae which I just feel really connected to, and jazz as well. So those are my two kind of go-to genres to write.
right, that
for.
makes sense. That makes sense. So where do you want to take it now, or what you're going to do next? So you got, how many songs have you got now? You must have a good
I've-
20 songs or something.
No, I've got about 100. I've written every day. I write every day. I love writing. So
Well, maybe you
the
need
thing
to
is,
get some recording stuff.
I am at the minute, but it's got out of hand. I've written so many that I don't know what to do with them all. And I'm recording at the minute. We are recording an album. But it's difficult to.
So what do you want to do with these songs? Do you want
I
to
don't know.
well, do you want
I
to
just
like
love doing it. I just.
well, I mean, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
So I've been writing songs for maybe the last 5 years, and for the first year and a half, it was just me. But I like bands. I like the kind of collective thing about a band, and how it can get going and stuff like that, and how somebody else will play something that you wouldn't have thought of playing,
Yeah,
and then just
yeah, I
throw
love
it
that.
in there.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, that's what excites me.
Yeah.
And is that the
Definitely.
way you want to go with it, or you just want to carry on with just you and your guitar? Or
I definitely want to have a band at some point because like you said, I like having other musicians have their take and, you know, writing bass lines that I wouldn't have thought of myself. I love that whole part of it, of collaborating with people, and I think as a solo artist sometimes there's only so much you can really do because
Yeah, I agree with that,
people these
'cause-
days want to hear a full band most of the time.
yeah, well, it's more to do with like when I first started, you know, when it's only fairly recently, I'd go and do a few of, you know, like say an open mic something, and I'm going back a few years here now, and I just found it as a performer a bit boring. You know, I
Yeah.
know it's all right for the audience, and you know that it's good to put your stuff out there,
Yeah.
but I found it a little bit boring because it wasn't really giving me any excitement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I knew the song because I wrote it.
Yeah.
You know, and I know who it sounded, and that wasn't really getting me going. And it's really like having other musicians. And I've had a musician come into the circle, and they go, "Well, Brian, you know, what do you want me to play?" And I'm saying, "Well, you play what you want to play,
Yeah.
and then we'll see how it goes."
Yeah.
And, you
The,
know,
the only thing is that I the stuff I write isn't like to a, you know, normal, like a standard beat which is consistent. I kind of I change the tempo quite a lot, so I find it quite hard to play with other people, and I've played for so long on my own,
well,
so it's,
well,
it's quite difficult.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can understand that, but you know, you need to like get with the program there, and it's not only you on this world.
I
There's not only you
know,
in this
I
world. There's
know.
other people in
I
this
know.
world.
I'm trying to. It's one of those things I need to overcome, and I'm trying. I am.
Find a
trying.
great drummer.
Yeah,
Just
I have actually found him. He's a really good drummer.
Oh,
He's a jazz
we're
drummer.
onto something.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's really good. We're recording today, and he's amazing. He just picks up the songs like that.
Okay,
and
well
he
there you
just-
go. You're progressing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
where can people, you know, tap into your gear?
SoundCloud. Yeah, just SoundCloud. Yeah, normal platforms.
So
really
how many
social
songs are up
platforms.
there?
Not a lot, because I write all the time, and I actually hate the recording process. So I put it off, or I get frustrated.
Well,
So
yeah,
there
I
actually
understand.
isn't a lot of
No,
stuff
let's
online.
just stop there a minute, because that's quite true. Because as a writer, you have a sound in your head,
Yeah.
and then you put some words to that sound and some meaning to that sound, and then you know you try and convert that sound that's in your head to whatever the chord sequences that you go with that song.
Yeah.
And when you record it, it doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people have that trouble, and it's a bit of a stumbling block. And some people don't like the sound of their own voice.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, and I've got a really deep voice, and you know, I have real problems recording because they lose half my voice because it's a really deep voice, and like I need all of it in there. So the recording can be really frustrating.
Yeah.
Because it's not a true recording, because it's going through all these machines, and then you got a little
Yeah.
machine there, and then the speakers that play it back to you, and they've got another sound that are missing out something, and
Yeah.
da 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 da. So
It's also because I'm a perfectionist, and I will do take after take after take, and I'll do it for hours. If I'm recording on my own, like there's no one there to stop me and say that was fine, that take was fine. So that's my problem. Is
well, maybe you
I
just have to go through the pain barrier.
Yeah, well,
You have to go through the pain
that
barrier of
imperfections
recording.
that can be beautiful. So I'm trying
course,
to take
yeah.
on that mantra.
You have to
of
go through the
recording.
pain barrier, having your own stuff thrown back in your ears,
Yeah.
and it really screwing with your head about how you want it to sound, and you're never gonna get there. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get to that perfection.
Nah, definitely not.
And so you know, but you need to try. You know. So what's next for you now? What's the next stage?
Well, I've kind of getting summer out of the way, and I'm going to go to Europe in September. I've got a one-way ticket, and I'm just going to busk around Europe and try and spread the word. Hopefully, have some music recorded by then, so I can sell it.
Mash up the scene on SoundCloud. Get some videos.
Oh, yeah.
Bang it all out, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So basically that, and just going to see what happens.
Right. So yeah, if you're around Europe, check it out. So it's Bard's Tales. End of story on this one.